Welcome guys to another video. Not too long ago, I made a video about the CITI credit cards trifecta slash quadfecta, which I'll link to at the end of this video if you want to check it out. But basically, I talked about how CITI is getting a lot of my business now and how I'm earning a ton of thank you points because of the CITI Prestige 5x on dining and the CITI Double Cash now allowing cash back to transfer to thank you points, which means I'm earning 2x thank you points on all non-bonus spend categories, which is incredible. So since I'm earning a lot of CITI thank you points, and some of you are probably doing the same now or want to know if it's worth it to switch to earning thank you points instead of, let's say, Chase Ultimate Rewards or Amex membership rewards, I figured I'd do a video about the best ways to use CITI thank you points. Some of these redemptions are amazing and are not hard to get. So go ahead and hit the like button. It really helps out the channel and I really appreciate it. Hey guys, my name is Rami, and if you'd like to learn about maximizing your credit card's points and miles for award travel, please make sure to hit that like button and subscribe. Also, check out the valuable links in the description below. Okay, so let's get into some of the best ways to use those CITI thank you points. I hope I don't have to tell you that gift cards, shopping on their portal, or statement credits are terrible ways to use your points because you'll be getting about half a cent per point value from that. And we definitely don't want that. We want to maximize the value of each point. So the minimum value we're looking to get here is 1.25 cents per point, and that's only possible if you have the CITI Premier. One of the benefits of the CITI Premier card is getting 25% more value when you book airfare on the thankyou.com travel portal. This is just like the Chase Sapphire Preferred, except it only applies to airfare, not all travel. Other travel purchases on the portal will give you a value of 1 cent per point. And by the way, the CITI Prestige used to have that benefit, but it went away this past September. That's why you need the CITI Premier if you want to use your points in that way. It's a solid use of thank you points, but of course you can get much better value when you transfer out to airline partners. And for that, you need either the CITI Premier or the CITI Prestige. First incredible transfer partner is Qantas Airlines to book short flights on American Airlines for as little as 8,000 miles. That's right, you can book flights that are up to 600 miles in distance for only 8,000 Qantas miles each way. These can even be international flights like Miami to Cancun. Business class on the same flight will cost you 18,400, which I don't know if it's worth it for a flight under 2 hours, but hey, if you have the points and want to splurge, why not? The same flight will cost you 15,000 Advantage miles in economy. So you can get the same seat for about half the miles when you transfer CITI thank you points to Qantas Airlines. Another example that involves using a foreign airline miles to fly on a domestic one is Virgin Atlantic miles. Before you book a Delta award flight, see if you can get it cheaper with Virgin Atlantic miles. This works domestically and internationally, and for coach, business, and first class flights. Let's see some examples. If you want to go from JFK to Lisbon, Portugal, Delta flies there non-stop, and if you go on Delta's website and search for that flight, you'd find Saver Award availability for 80,000 Delta Sky Miles. And you're like, wow, that's awesome, 80,000 miles plus less than $6 for a lie flat seat on Delta, let's book it. No. Before you do that, go and check on Virgin Atlantic for the same date and see if the availability shows up there. And guess what? That same flight is available on Virgin Atlantic for only 50,000 Virgin miles, plus the same $5.60. That's terrific value right there. Similar results can be found for domestic flights on Delta as well. Not all flights will be available on Virgin, but it's always good to check both for your desired travel dates before you book. The next great way to use thank you points is getting to Hawaii from anywhere in the US for only 35,000 Singapore Airlines KrisFlyer miles, round trip in economy. Here's a sample round trip flight from San Francisco to Hawaii on United for 45,000 United miles. You can get the same exact flight using Singapore Airline miles transferred from Citibank thank you points for only 35,000 miles. This next one is pretty amazing. It may be the best way to use thank you points, and that's with Avianca Airline Life Miles. The reason why this redemption is so great is that Avianca doesn't charge fuel surcharges on Star Alliance partners like Lufthansa, and not only that, it also charges a very reasonable amount of miles for it. It would cost you 110,000 United miles to fly Lufthansa first class to Europe without fuel surcharges. but Avianca Life Miles only charges 87,000 miles for the same flight, which is a steal. The Life Miles award booking website is a bit quirky, but when you play around with it for a bit and fully understand it, which shouldn't take you long, it's fantastic. So create an account now and try around some dummy bookings to see how much it will cost you on some routes you're interested in or interested in flying in the near future. Next transfer partner I want to talk about is JetBlue. This might not sound like much, but hear me out. First of all, the transfer ratio is 1-to-1. And actually, if you only have the CITI THANKYOU preferred card, you can transfer to JetBlue, but at a ratio of 1,000 to 800, which is not that good. Anyway, you can generally redeem JetBlue points at a value of about 1 cent to 1.4 cent per point. Sometimes you can even get higher value. What's even better is that CITI sometimes offers a transfer bonus of up to 25%, which they actually just had. So now you're getting 1.4 cent value plus an additional 25%. I like redeeming my JetBlue points for short flights that sometimes cost as little as 5,000 points or so. The other way I like to use them is on JetBlue Mint. You can find JetBlue Mint between New York and LA for as little as $599 or about 58,000 TrueBlue points. And if you get it at a time where there's a transfer bonus, it can cost you just 47,000 thank you points. That's great. Last redemption I want to talk about here is my only big redemption using thank you points, and that was flying Emirates' incredible first class from Boston to Dubai using 128,000 CITI thank you points transferred to Qantas Miles. Qantas charges high taxes and fees on this flight, about $800, but when you consider that the normal cost of this flight is about $15,000 one way, it was totally worth it for me. So that's it guys for some of the best ways you can use your CITI thank you points. Let me know what you think in the comments. What other awesome ways have you used your thank you points? Thank you guys for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up, and if this is your first time here, I would love to have you subscribe because every week I'm publishing videos that help you earn a ton of credit card points and frequent flyer miles that will enable you to travel the world for little to no money.